Hey everybody, welcome back into the garden here, Great Lakes Bonsai. We've got another spring update series video here for you today. We're going to take a look at the crabapple or malus that's sitting in the blue ceramic glazed pot down here behind me. You can see it's doing well now entering June. This footage is from April. As I mentioned, we've done so many repots over spring, over 40, and we're trying to set up trees for future success, right? A big part of that is the root system. And you're going to see we took a lot off of this crabapple today. I think you will be shocked. As I've mentioned before in the past, I'm learning, hopefully you're learning something on the way, but look at it through the lens of somebody who's 3 years heavily into the hobby, not somebody who's been in it for 40 years and has refined trees that I'm now maintaining, right? We're taking you on the journey of transforming trees from a stump or a trunk into a finalized bonsai form. So just appreciate everybody continuing to watch, comment, like, subscribe, give me feedback. It's definitely a journey that we're all on and trying to understand how to take care of these trees. So take a look at this crabapple repot. I think you'll find it pretty interesting. Okay, tree number 2 for this year is a malus or crabapple. I got it at the Allstate show along with the amber maple. Both trees were under $75. This one was only $35, and that's because it has several issues that we're going to have to deal with. Right away, you probably see an issue, and that would be the circular roots. I'll show you a detail shot of that right now. You can see they're pretty gnarly. This tree came in a very circular pot. I would imagine it's the one that caused these circular roots, and it was in there for a while, obviously. So that's something we want to correct. Last season, I got this tree when it was already in leaf in April, and I didn't want to mess with it, so I just slip potted it into this slightly larger wash basin, a little bit deeper and a little bit more width on the edges for the tree, and just let it grow in there. I did cut a couple of small shoots off during the season to see if I could get any back budding, to no avail. No success there, and after reading a little bit, it looks like spring pruning is the best option to encourage back budding on a crabapple. There's some moss that's started to grow here. It will create a little bit of rot on the bark, so we need to clean that. It's great on the surface, helps with moisture retention, but not on the trunk of the tree. The roots are problem number 1. The branching is problem number 2. The branch that we'll be removing today is this dead straight kind of bar branch. Apparently these species do tend to grow those if you don't keep on top of them, do wiring or do cut and grow. And so this is just ugly. I don't see it in any way being part of the final design, and so we're going to get rid of that today. Another reason that we're going to cut that off today is that the 3 sets of branches that we have, and there are only 3, are all coming from the same spot. So if you look, this node here has all 3. Our eventual apex here that's very interesting from multiple angles, our barbell branch over here, and then our main apex that's been growing for some time. So as you know, we're trying to establish taper, so we want it to go from big to small at the top, and as a result, this is going to cause inverse taper or swelling at this site over time. So I'm just eyeing up the best spot to cut here. I'm going to try and get as close as I can in this case because I don't think I'm in danger of trunk dieback. And then we're going to seal it up, right? We're not just going to cut and leave it. We're going to seal this spot so that it doesn't die back. Well, I like the Canisians. So again, you see now from a nice angle these circling roots that are an issue. You can almost see the outline of the original container itself. I slip potted it into this slightly larger pot last year to let the roots grow, and now we're going to be chopping back. So start with the anchor wires. Decent roots growing. So we're going to start scraping away at this now soil mass that we've got. Again, starting with the chopstick and trying to be delicate. actually just took this out and ran it under the hose, and you can see all of these fine roots now are showing up. Looking at the bottom of the tree here, very encouraging, and I think that we can be confident that this tree is going to survive our repot. So an hour later, holy Toledo, we have this. Feels good to be done. 2 hours later, we are set with this crabapple. It is planted in its new home for the next couple of years. And because we've exposed and damaged that root system so much, it's very vulnerable to freezes. And therefore, we need to bring it inside, either in this covered garage that I'm in right now, unheated, or in the heated breezeway that I have, to make sure that that tree is protected when it's under the freezing mark. As we've looked at this tree after I repotted it, it becomes very obvious to me that this straight section of this primary apex right now is just so boring and doesn't add to the design of the tree. So we're going to see what happens with back buds in this area, and we'll see if we get some new options to work with. But for right now, our plan would be to develop this branch as the apex going forward and eventually remove this larger one. Thanks for tagging along with us on this one. This was a lot of work. Removing all of those circular roots was just absolutely brutal.